Hey, church family. In his Sermon on the Mount, Jesus spoke some words to his followers that are at the same time challenging and encouraging. In Matthew 5:13, he said, "You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It's no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot." When Jesus said we're the salt of the earth, what exactly does that mean? Today we most often think of salt as being something that simply adds flavor to our meal. But in the ancient world, salt had many other uses and implications. For starters, salt was once a rare, valuable, and precious commodity. This is hard to imagine because nowadays salt is very accessible and inexpensive. Not only was it used to season and flavor food, but in the days before refrigeration, it was necessary to preserve foods. It was so valuable that in some cultures, like the Romans, the Roman army used to pay wages or trade in salt. Our access to refrigeration has somewhat reduced our dependence on salt, though it is still the most widely used preservative in the world. One thing that hasn't changed is that salt is just as tasty as ever. When I watch a cooking show, a common critique is that the dish needs more salt. Salt enhances the flavor of a dish. Without enough salt, food can be bland. So why does Jesus compare Christians to salt? Because we're supposed to add flavor to the world. Our presence in society, or lack thereof, should be noticeable. Just as a dish is bland without enough salt, so are our communities when Christians are not salty, when we act just like everyone else. The teachings of Jesus are not the same as the teachings of the world. If we're being biblically salty, the people around us will take note. They should notice that there's something different about us that's savory and appealing. Our saltiness ought to bring with it opportunities to share the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. But if we lose our salty flavor and go bland, blending into the world around us, we lose our ability to positively impact those around us for Christ as well. Ask yourself, is your life noticeably different because of your relationship with Jesus? We've been called to be the salt of the earth, and I pray that each of us would stay salty. Amen.